If you guys want to get some amazing controller grips and accessories, then check out fatalgrips.com and use the code Kyle_Burke for 10% off. What's going on, guys? Kyle Birkwood here, and welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the KSI versus Logan Paul boxing match. Now I'm a little late recording this video, so I apologise for that, but as you may know, KSI and Logan Paul, Deji and Jake Paul and a few other undercards had their fight on August 25th, and it was pretty crazy. It was a great event though, and I'm going to be talking more about it today and what I think about it. So leave a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. So obviously August 25th, obviously the KSI versus Logan Paul match started. Obviously they had a few undercards before the actual proper boxing matches, because that's what happens every year. Like, it happened last year, they had undercards and then the proper boxing match, but obviously we had the undercard, and then we had Deji versus Jake Paul. Now a lot of people didn't believe in Deji because they said that he wasn't training enough for the fight, and I thought different. Like, I really did believe in Deji. I really thought he had a chance, and obviously Jake Paul as well, he was training hard for it, same as KSI, he was training really hard for it, and so was Logan Paul. But let's talk about the Deji versus Jake Paul fight first. Now, obviously, like I just mentioned, a lot of people didn't believe in Deji. Obviously, the fight happened and stuff. Everyone was cheering Deji on, and I think some people were cheering Jake on as well, but not as many as Deji. And it turns out Deji was actually doing really well. He was throwing quite a lot of punches. It was a very intense match, and throughout the fight, they both started to look tired, and they were both throwing really good punches. Now, obviously, you know, Deji was getting chanted around the arena, because no one at first believed he could do his very best in the ring, and lo and behold, he proved everyone wrong and did really well. Considering he even lost the fight, he actually just like put his heart out there and actually like did his best in the ring, and he surprised a lot of people. Now Deji actually thinks he's, you know, let people down and let his fans down, and that he's going to come back stronger, and hopefully if he gets the chance to do another fight, he's going to do it better. Now that's what he says, but in my opinion, he hasn't let anyone down. He's done his very best in that ring. Like, even just going in that ring, it's still a big thing, and I really think, you know, Deji did do well considering he lost. Yeah, by the way, Jake Paul did win and Deji lost. So GG to both of them. They trained really hard for it and stuff, and I genuinely thought Deji would win, but obviously, you know, it turns out he didn't and stuff like that. So obviously Jake went away with the belt. At the end, Jake said he was very happy he won the fight, and obviously he sent GG's over to Deji, which a lot of people were surprised about, because obviously they had this beef going on for a few months before the fight, and it was kind of rare seeing Jake give GG's to Deji. What I found really funny but a bit ridiculous at the same time is that Jake Paul actually announced his new clothing line that he was doing, like at the end speech he did, and I don't know, a lot of people just found that funny. I don't know why he would promote his merch or anything like that. I thought Logan Paul would do that, but no, Logan Paul, he actually had a very good speech at the end. I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, Jake actually promoted his merch at the end of the speech as well, which I found pretty funny. And like I said, Deji thought he let down a lot of people, but he did well in my opinion. And he did say it wasn't the end of him. He's going to come back bigger, better, and stronger. He basically apologized to him losing and says that he was surprised about Jake sending him GG's and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty much that. Basically, Deji didn't think he fought as well as he should have done, and he did actually say he wanted a rematch with anyone. He literally said he wants a rematch with anyone, because when he said he's going to come back bigger, better, and stronger, he wanted another opportunity to have a fight so he could prove himself and hopefully win. And like I said, he thinks he let himself down, but he did great. Also, Jake Paul calls out Chris Brown and says it's time for him to get into the ring. Now a lot of people are surprised about this. Now I'm going to have another video coming about this soon, but Jake Paul basically called out Chris Brown to fight next year, and a lot of people were surprised about it. Like, people could not believe it in the slightest. But yeah, that was pretty much that. He called out Chris Brown at the end, sent GG's over, and that was pretty much that for the Deji versus Jake Paul fight. And at the end, the championship belt was actually lost, and people were starting to get worried because obviously at the end, when they're about to like put the hands up to say who won, it turns out the championship belt actually got lost for a few minutes, and they're not sure what they did with it. I think they found it in the end though. But yeah, Jake won, and that was that. Anyway, let's move on to the KSI versus Logan Paul fight. So both of them, in my opinion, were throwing very powerful punches. And obviously it was a very intense match. Like the KSI and Logan Paul fight was incredible. Like it was, before I even talk more about it, like I do just want to say, like, props to all them who actually set up this event, because it was absolutely incredible. Obviously you have to pay to watch the live stream, pay-per-view, on YouTube or the website, or you could actually go there live and watch it. There were millions of people watching it and stuff, and a lot of people thought it was a good fight, and they couldn't wait to get the end result until they found out at the end of the fight that it was a draw, which I'm going to talk about right now, what I think to that. Now, obviously, you know, we've been waiting 6 months for an actual answer as to who's going to win, because a lot of people were on Logan's side, and a lot of people were on KSI's side. And obviously, you know, everyone was like, KSI's gonna win, Logan's gonna win, and it got to this point where everyone was waiting for the answer, and they were so excited, they was waiting for this day to finally find out who was gonna win, and it got to the end of the match, and it turns out it was a draw. Now, to be honest, it didn't, like, it did bother me a bit, because I wanted to know who won, but at the same time, if you think about it, they've put on a draw, and they offered a rematch in another few months. So if anything, it's good, because they're going to put another great event on and stuff. And a lot of people were saying it rigged and stuff, but I don't think it was rigged at all. I mean, obviously people were talking about the chances, like what are the chances of getting a draw in a boxing match, but I don't know, maybe it was just a coincidence, I have no idea, but generally I don't even think it was rigged. A lot of people say it was, a lot of people say they wanted a refund, but no, they basically drew, and quite a lot of people were upset about that. Even KSI and Logan Paul were quite, you know, shocked that it was a draw, but it is what it is. They both having a rematch in a few months' time, so they'll be training for that still, and there's going to be another event put on for that too. They actually lasted for 6 rounds as well, and everyone thought KSI won it first, like the first few rounds, but obviously like they decided to call it a draw and stuff. And yeah, that was pretty much that. They were both happy with how they performed as well. Like they did the end speech and stuff. Logan did his end speech. Everyone was booing him, but then as he moved on further into his speech, everyone started to realise, you know, like why he wanted to put himself out there and stuff, and why he wanted to prove everyone wrong, and everyone was starting to start cheering him then after his speech, and overall they were both very happy. So there you go, it was a great event, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the rematch coming in a few months' time versus KSI and Logan Paul. So let me know what you think in the comment section or on Twitter at Birkwood. Like I say, I think it was really cool. It was a great event, and it lasted, I think it was like 6 hours or something like that. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the event, and let me know what your thoughts were. Did you think KSI won or Logan won? Obviously it was a draw, but what were your opinions? Who did you think was going to win this fight? Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.